The big myth. Should you add concrete blocks to your concrete mix? The truth about Cyclopean concrete. Ever seen a contractor drop big rocks or old concrete blocks into a fresh concrete pour? It's a method called Cyclopean concrete, and it's surrounded by a lot of debate. In this video, we're busting the myths and revealing the surprising truth about why this practice is sometimes a brilliant cost saver, and why, most of the time, it's a terrible idea that could ruin your project. You've seen it. That moment on a job site where you watch a contractor drop what looks like a giant rock or an old concrete block into a fresh pour. It looks wrong, doesn't it? Well, what if I told you this isn't a mistake? It's a technique with a fancy name, and it could save thousands of dollars, but it could also ruin your entire project. Today, we're diving into the world of Cyclopean concrete. The question is simple. Should you ever add a big block of concrete inside your concrete? The answer, as it turns out, is a classic engineering dilemma. It depends. We'll break down the two main scenarios where this comes into play, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly when this is a genius move and when it's a structural disaster waiting to happen. Let's start with the argument for. The primary reason for using this technique is cost and mass. When you're building a massive structure, like a dam or a gravity-retaining wall, the goal isn't always maximum strength, it's pure, unadulterated weight. Imagine you need to fill a 100 cubic yard space with concrete. The cement, sand, and aggregates are the expensive part. By filling a third of that volume with large, locally sourced stones or even demolished concrete rubble, you drastically cut down on material costs. These large fillers are often called plums or pudding stones. So the first reason is to save money on materials. The second is to increase mass, for structures that need to resist a massive force, like water pressure behind a dam or the weight of a hillside. More weight means more stability. Cyclopean concrete is a brilliant, budget-friendly way to achieve that. Now, for the more common sense side of the coin. The vast majority of the time, you should never do this. And the reasons are critical to the safety of your project. Number one, it destroys structural integrity. Concrete is designed to be a monolithic, uniform material. When you introduce a giant, non-uniform object, you create massive weak points. The bond between the old block and the new concrete is fragile, especially if the old block is dirty. This can lead to voids and air pockets, which are a recipe for failure. Reason number two, it causes cracking. Concrete shrinks as it cures, a process called hydration shrinkage. A large, non-shrinking block inside the concrete will resist this movement, creating internal stress and eventually leading to cracks. These cracks are not just cosmetic, they can expose rebar to water and cause corrosion, threatening the entire structure. Finally, it's completely unsuitable for reinforced concrete. For any project with rebar, like a foundation slab, a beam, or a column, the rebar must be fully and uniformly encased in concrete to function correctly. A large rock in the way disrupts this entire system, making the rebar useless and the structure dangerously weak. So what's the final verdict? Cyclopean concrete is a niche, specialized technique for specific, large-scale projects where mass is the priority, not tensile strength. For almost every other application, a new garage slab, a patio, a foundation for your home, this practice is not only ill-advised but potentially disastrous. It's a great example of how a simple-looking shortcut can come with a huge risk. When in doubt, stick to the tried and true method, a clean, consistent concrete mix. If this video helped you understand the difference, hit that like button. And if you're working on a project, let me know in the comments below. Have you ever seen this done? What did you think? Don't forget to subscribe for more construction myth busting and how-to guides.
That's too fast. I can't keep up with it. Whew. move. You have to move. Move, you have to move. Come on, you gotta come. Okay, well, I'm done with this. I don't know, it didn't take that long. I just couldn't keep up with it. I cleaned this all up already, so I think it's ready to go again. Yeah, this is just a small power piece I'm testing out. It's pretty good. I mean, not the best professional job, but whatever, you know. Do what I can. I had some fast setting concrete, so that's all I had left here, but it is what it is. Didn't have time to play with it much, but it's already all hard, so whatever.